Good morning, I'm your anchor, and we have a busy bulletin for you today. We are tracking the arrest of the Tate brothers in the United States and a major ballistic missile attack on Kyiv. Let's head straight to the latest on the Tate investigation. Andrew and Tristan Tate have been arrested in the United States following a request from British authorities for their extradition. According to the BBC, the Crown Prosecution Service has confirmed that the brothers are now facing a total of 59 charges in the United Kingdom, significantly increasing the scope of the legal proceedings against them. The charges, which relate to historical allegations of sexual offences, follow an extensive investigation by British law enforcement. While the extradition process is now underway, the legal representatives for the brothers have issued a formal statement maintaining their client's innocence. The defense team has indicated they intend to contest the extradition request, arguing that the allegations are unfounded and that the brothers will cooperate with the necessary legal procedures to clear their names. The development marks a significant escalation in the ongoing legal challenges facing the pair, who have previously faced separate charges in Romania. As the extradition case moves through the American court system, the Crown Prosecution Service has stated that it is working closely with international partners to ensure the legal process proceeds according to established protocols. Further hearings are expected to be scheduled in the coming weeks to determine the timeline for the potential transfer of the brothers to the United Kingdom. Russia has launched a major ballistic missile attack on Kyiv, marking a significant escalation in the ongoing conflict. Ukrainian officials report that at least one person has been killed in the assault, which President Volodymyr Zelensky has described as one of the most massive ballistic strikes targeting the capital to date. According to reporting from NPR and DW, the barrage triggered widespread air raid sirens across the city as residents sought shelter in underground stations and reinforced bunkers. Military analysts note that the use of ballistic weaponry presents a heightened challenge for Ukraine's air defense systems, which have been under sustained pressure throughout the week. While emergency services continue to clear debris and assess the extent of the structural damage, local authorities have warned that the threat of follow-up strikes remains high. The attack follows a period of intensified aerial activity, with both sides continuing to trade long-range fire. International observers are currently monitoring the situation for further developments, as the Ukrainian government prepares to release a more comprehensive assessment of the military infrastructure impacted by the strikes. We will continue to provide updates as more information becomes available regarding the casualties and the specific nature of the munitions deployed in this latest offensive. Cuban artist and prominent dissident Luis Manuel Otero Alcántara has arrived in the United States following his release from prison and subsequent departure into exile. According to reports from the BBC and NPR, the activist, who is a founding member of the San Isidro movement, was granted travel to the U.S. after spending years in state custody. Otero Alcántara was initially arrested in July 2021 during the largest wave of anti-government protests to sweep across Cuba in decades. He was subsequently sentenced to 5 years in prison on charges that international human rights organizations have consistently characterized as politically motivated. His detention became a focal point for critics of the Cuban government, who frequently highlighted his case as a symbol of the suppression of artistic freedom and political dissent on the island. While the Cuban government has maintained that his prosecution was based on legal violations, the release and transition to exile mark a significant development in the ongoing discourse surrounding political prisoners in the country. Otero Alcántara's arrival in the United States follows a period of negotiations involving international intermediaries, though specific details regarding the terms of his release remain limited at this time. A new European Union border control system is expected to triple processing times at passport checkpoints this summer, according to airport officials. The upcoming entry/exit system, or EES, will require non-EU travelers to provide biometric data, including fingerprints and facial scans, upon their first arrival in the Schengen area. Industry leaders have expressed concerns that the additional administrative requirements will create significant bottlenecks at major transit hubs. According to the BBC, airport authorities are warning that the transition to this automated digital system will inevitably lead to longer queues for passengers entering the block. Ryanair has also issued a formal advisory to its customers, urging those traveling to Europe over the coming months to prepare for extended wait times at border crossings. The airline has specifically highlighted the potential for disruption as staff and travelers adjust to the new registration protocols. While the European Union maintains that the system is designed to enhance security and modernize border management, the aviation sector remains focused on the immediate logistical challenges posed by the rollout. Airports are currently reviewing their terminal layouts and staffing levels to mitigate the impact of the increased processing requirements, though officials acknowledge that some delays may be unavoidable during the initial implementation phase. A ferry carrying 116 passengers has capsized off the coast of Guyana, triggering an urgent search and rescue operation. According to the BBC, the vessel was traveling between the capital, Georgetown, and the remote northwestern town of Port Kaitoma when it encountered difficulties and sank. Authorities have confirmed that rescue teams have successfully recovered 53 individuals from the water so far. Emergency responders are currently focusing their efforts on locating the remaining passengers, though the exact circumstances leading to the capsizing remain under investigation. The route between Georgetown and Port Kaitoma is a vital transit link in the region, often utilized by residents and cargo transporters navigating the coastal waterways. Local maritime officials have deployed additional vessels and aircraft to assist in the ongoing search, which is being complicated by the challenging conditions in the area. While the rescue mission continues, officials have not yet provided a definitive account of the cause of the incident or the status of those still missing. We will continue to monitor this developing situation and provide updates as more information is released by the Guyanese maritime authorities and emergency services regarding the status of the passengers and the recovery efforts currently underway. Hungarian President Tamás Suliak has agreed to step down from his position following a formal vote by the national parliament to remove him from office. According to the BBC, the decision marks a significant shift in the country's political landscape, as Suliak had been widely characterized as a loyalist to Prime Minister Viktor Orbán. The president had faced mounting pressure regarding his tenure and was given a deadline of Saturday night to formally concede and agree to end his term. While the government has maintained a tight grip on institutional appointments, this parliamentary move signals a rare moment of internal political friction. The BBC reports that the legislative body moved to finalize the removal process after weeks of debate concerning the president's role and his alignment with the ruling Fidesz party's agenda. Suliak, who assumed the presidency following the resignation of his predecessor in a scandal involving a presidential pardon, has now cleared the way for a transition. Analysts are currently monitoring how this departure will influence the balance of power within the Hungarian government, as the administration prepares to navigate the implications of this high-profile exit. Further details regarding the timeline for the appointment of a successor are expected to be released by the parliamentary office in the coming days. German politician Jens Spahn has announced his resignation following intense public scrutiny regarding his use of a surrogate mother to start a family. The controversy centers on a perceived contradiction in the former health minister's political record, as Spahn had previously supported a legal ban on surrogacy within Germany. According to reports from the BBC and DW, the revelation prompted widespread criticism from both political opponents and members of his own party, who argued that his personal actions were incompatible with his past legislative stance. While surrogacy remains illegal in Germany under the Embryo Protection Act, many German citizens travel abroad to countries where the practice is permitted. Spahn, a prominent figure within the Christian Democratic Union, faced mounting pressure to step down as the debate over reproductive rights and political integrity intensified. In his resignation statement, Spahn acknowledged the public outcry, stating that the inconsistency between his private decisions and his previous policy positions had become untenable for his continued service. The incident has reignited a broader national conversation regarding the regulation of reproductive technologies and the ethical expectations placed upon high-ranking public officials. Political analysts suggest this development may have lasting implications for the party's platform on family policy moving forward. Thank you for joining us for this verified update on today's global headlines. We will continue to monitor these developing stories throughout the day. NoorNews, verified before published.